Hi. Good morning and welcome back to #Harmonic Acoustic Sounds at Berg Mountain Optional University. This session we cover song in the third accord in E minor. Won't you come along with us?
Third accord E minor. The President's Own, Marine Band. Song. Considering things man-made, artificial, we half, square and double for better comprehension even sound equally where notes in time repeated in octaves rhythm and melody combine in harmonious songs. As beats of drums define rhythm and notes in instruments do melodies, synchronized harmony is created where when remembered so too are past emotions associated with the present. Of the multitudes of artificial sound, through emotions we determine whether what's heard is good or bad for us in that instance where we are attracted or repelled audibly. So far from physics is sound, as so far from smell is taste or sight, but while our five senses are differentiated, they are perceived by but one. Intertwined, we sense heat, when looking at fire, and sound waves from trees fell in forests with no one to hear hitting leaves causes their vibration, however so minimally. As English diners use salt and pepper, and French restaurants accent foods with a wide array of spices, a middle ground between English Fife and drum corps in March and Mozart's Prague Symphony was the President's Own, Marine Band. Only opponents wouldn't prefer the sound of victory in the President's Own, where corps marching and bands stationary differ. We can hear either, but listen only to what's considered ethically good.
Only opponents wouldn't prefer the sound of victory in the President's Own Marine Band is on occasions when it plays or in protected environments, to amicable crowds where playing heightens atmospheres. Not that one musical selection is any more art than another, but harmony, relatively measured, is magnified by emotion which comes in loss of something or victory in another. Neither would emotion or harmony be absent time, and remembering the victory in struggles forefathers triumphed yesterday, today we begin with the national anthem and symphony. As corps march, and bands sit, the former, trained for battle may live or die as soldiers, while the latter recruits musicians whose Moses, military occupational specialties, are their instruments. As sitting to listen to any information prepared is proof of domestic civility, that of symphonies playing to perfection are furthest from any fight. With rank insignia they are, perhaps, honorary Marines who live by the Army's 3rd Regiment's motto Noli me tangere, touch me not, discussed in Chapter 1. Though enlisting for 4 years and subject to the same uniform code of military justice, instead of the standard crossed rifles on uniforms the band substitutes the Greek lyre. The fife and drum corps use technically the Swiss fife and are not neutral, but the bear, where the band, while relatively judged, is so good, better and best. Why? Well, because repelled by war and negativity we only hear commotion unable to listen or understand what is opposite the good, gradually gravitating towards from what's good to the best. As time spent in composition and practice leads to masterpieces and perfection in piloting sound waves through instruments played of said masterpieces to audiences' ears drums. In repetition we remember #harmonic acoustic sounds associating them with victory only because like a trending topic pride is found in the victory that the Lord led us to audit or listen another day.
Corps marching differ from stationary bands as corps physically fight, while bands use harmonies to pacify the animals in men, ensuring domestic tranquility. Tranquility is not just in days with clement weather, but also in more so clement auditory environments where melodies preferred to vocals allow for a greater appreciation of time of men in spaces. We audit days rating times when musical selections are played in relation to motion and rest, where, stationary, we listen, judging, while in movement, we only hear and execute. Legislatively, composing music, the artist does so domestically in symphony from thought translated in treble, while the soldier in rhythm of march is so from bass in drums with but a fife's melodies. Why? Well, because bass and treble are on two different wavelengths, 250 to 4000 Hz, and 4000 to 20,000 respectively.
Music in march by corps is morally right depending on whether war is won, while stationary, the conductors determine moods of environments and insert in atmospheres amicable sound to pacify audiences. As within ethics where what's heard is listened to in authority above our great states as the national anthem played, sang, and broadcast across airwaves considered being beneficial to all. To the melody of God Save the King, as Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star is to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, is, both, the Star-Spangled Banner, 1814 and, My Country 'Tis of Thee, 1831 are. Both examples refer to contrafactums where words in songs are changed while their music stays the same. As all artistic attempts mimic nature qua nature, neither in nature are there perfect circles, triangles, and certainly not squares as the sun is circular and Berg Mountains triangular, while neither are a perfect circle or triangle. Now, music doesn't exist outside of time, which isn't with 1, 2, and 3, but only in two couples which we call a set. With one being or not being, two either or and three odd. Squaring everything for man's digestion we do so time where however long an interval is three more follow and as one is either everything or but one thing, being one we divide everything else from ourselves, collect things similar, consequent, and subsequent where in this case they are intervals of time where music is but an attribute of it. Why? Well, because sound attached to time is a moot point without being anchored to some place on earth in other countrymen. Common interests unite men to places where song is experienced, and we think of those places as being home.
But opponents would prefer the Marine Band silent as the President's Own, which stationary being a band is contrasted with corps who, on the march, are different. In the end, #harmonic acoustic sounds waves radiate in all directions from bass, 250 to 4000 Hz, to treble, 20,000 to 40,000 Hz, but we only listen, stationarily, to what we want and judge, otherwise, we only hear and execute. Being audible, we legislate sound in time and place for our pleasure to amicable audiences, as without man music isn't.
That's all the information we have for you this session. We hope you enjoyed. Next we cover F minor fourth and what notes actually are with the commandant's own bugle corps. We hope to see you there. Thank you for your time and consideration.